Hello and welcome to another video here on Theme Park Days. Now this one I've been putting off for a while. Not putting it off, but I've had other things to do, and this one kind of got put at the back burner. And today we're going to be talking about our top 5 wooden roller coasters here in the UK, as we've only done roller coasters in the UK. So here we go. In at number 5, it's the roller coaster, otherwise known as Scenic Railway or the Scenic. It's a wooden roller coaster at Great Yarmouth Pleasure Beach, obviously in Great Yarmouth in the UK. The ride was built at the park in 1932 and has remained operational. It stands and operates as the only remaining ride of its kind in the UK and one of only 8 in the world. It is one of 2 remaining roller coasters where the brakeman is required to ride with the train to control its speed, as there are no brakes on the track. It's a Grade 2 listed building, and like I said, it opened in April 1932. It's got a track layout route of a triple out and back. Chain lift hill, it's got a height of 70 feet, drop of 51 feet, length of 3,223.10 feet, and speed of 45 miles per hour. So in at number 5 is roller coaster at Great Yarmouth.
So at this time, I'm going to give you a massive shout out to Coaster Crazy. Allowed us to use his P.O.V. of the roller coaster at Great Yarmouth. And in my opinion, he is the best theme park YouTuber out here in the UK. Well, and to be honest, that I've seen. So everyone go check out his video, and he's kindly given us this P.O.V. So massive shout out to you, and everyone go check him out.
Yeah, Nickelodeon Streak at Blackpool Pleasure Beach in England. It was built in 1933 by Charles Page and uses the lift hill and other parts of the former Velvet coaster, which was removed in 1932. From 1933 to 2010, it was known simply as Roller Coaster. However, after Nickelodeon Land was announced, the coaster was renamed and rethemed to Nickelodeon Streak. Now removed, a train from the Velvet coaster used to be preserved on a show in the station of Roller Coaster. It is currently the second tallest wooden coaster out of 4 wooden coasters at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. One of the things I really love about Nickelodeon Streak is the element of airtime. I love an out and back coaster, and it's just basic that it's good. The first drop is really cool, and the amount of airtime you get from this coaster, and to be fair, it's not too rough compared to some of the other coasters at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. So if you were to say which one would you want to ride over and over again, I'd definitely be marathoning Nickelodeon Streak. Grand National. The Grand National is a wooden roller coaster at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. It's a racing coaster which brings a great element of fun. Waving at the other coaster, leaning out, trying to high five, even though you can't really do that. It was designed and constructed by Charles Page in 1935, and is now only one of 3 surviving wooden Mobius loop coasters in the world. It's themed and named after the Grand National, with elements of the ride signposted to mimic features of the horse race. The trains climb the lift hill and pass under their off sign, and race through Beakers Brook, Valentine's, Canals Turn, and before returning through the winning post. The ride stands at 62 feet, a track length of over 3,000 feet. The ride offers a great level of airtime. Very, very painful riding sections, but that's just because of its age. I do feel in time it probably will need a retrack because it is very uncomfortable. But I do really like the Grand National. That's why it stands at number 4. The wooden coasters at Blackpool are quite rough and quite painful, and one of them is one of my least favourite roller coasters in Big Dipper, because of the unbearability, how unbearable that ride is. But the Grand National offers a level of fun but pain at the same time. So in at number 4, it's the Grand National. In at number 2, it's Secret Weapon 8. I'm only joking. It's Wickerman. Now I love this ride. If you watched our live stream the other day, I was talking about how much I love this ride. Wickerman for me it's got everything. It's got the most amazing theming. It's got everything. The only reason why I say it's not number 1 is for the fact that The Millennium Flyer trains are just a bit too small for me. You know, I'm 6 foot, I'm humongous, and those Millennium Flyer trains can be a bit uncomfortable for me on the legs more than anything, because I have to fit in. Now, do you want to hear some stats? I'm going to give you some stats because, well, why not? This coaster was obviously manufactured by Great Coasters International. It cost £16 million and opened to the public on the 20th of March 2018 following a 3-day weather delay. It set several milestones among wooden roller coasters, including the first to be built in the UK for over 22 years. The first to incorporate fire and wood, initially condemned the secret weapon, a traditional naming scheme for upcoming projects at Alton Towers. Its official name was revealed in January 2018. Let's read some more stats. Stats. So, Wickerman replaced the flume at Alton Towers. It's got a type of wood manufacturer, Great Coasters International. Designer Skyline Design. It's got a lift launch system, chain lift hill, 72.2 feet drop, length of 2,608.3 feet, and speed of 43.6 miles per hour. Now, that feels so much faster because the track layout is so small. The blueprint is so small that it doesn't need to be any faster because it just whips around that track. And if you catch it mid to end of the day, it flies around that track faster than 43. I'm sure it does. Obviously, it's got 0 inversions, but this doesn't matter because the amount of bank turns that you've got, it's such a good ride. And yeah, like I said, the only reason why it's not number 1 is because of those Millennium Fire trains. It's not very comfortable on my legs, but yeah. Sitting at number 2 is Wickerman. And we come down to the moment you've all been waiting for. It's the number 1. And in at number 1 is Megafobia at Oakwood Theme Park in Wales. Megafobia is a wooden roller coaster manufactured by CCI Custom Coasters International. Before Wickerman was built, it was the last wooden coaster to be built in the UK in 1996. Well, it was built between 1995 and 1996. It opened on the 30th of April in 1996. Just reading some stats. What do you want to hear? You don't want to hear the coordinates, but what you do want to hear is the designer, John Wardley, Dennis McNulty and Larry Bill. Track layout, twister, height 85 feet, 0 inversions, and blah blah blah. Now I'm going to talk about why I love it so much. When we went to Megaphobia, obviously this was the main reason why. When we went to Megaphobia, when we went to Oakwood, what am I talking about? When we went to Oakwood, this was the reason why we went to Oakwood. Let's be honest, it's the only reason why anyone goes to Oakwood that doesn't live in Wales. And I watched the P.O.Vs and it looks spectacular. And all I can say is it certainly disappoint. We have got a top 10 video coming out soon. But the reason why it isn't my number 1 roller coaster is simply because when we got there, we'd done it front row, first train of the day, I believe, front row, and we were left a little bit disappointed. It wasn't as good as we thought it was going to be, and we were just left generally disappointed. So we thought, well, we'll go on the back row, and oh my God, we was not disappointed. That back row was spectacular. That first drop is amazing. Like, it's sensational. The air time you got on the back row, the near misses, the bank turns, it's just amazing. That back row is, when I had that back row first, the first guy on the back row, I was generally left speechless. Like, that first drop, me and Rob both looked at each other and was like, oh my God, that was amazing. I mean, I'm just watching the POV of it now, and it's such a beautiful coaster. That first drop, it's just everything you want in a first drop. Then you go into that first airtime hill, and that's like, wow. Then you go around this little bank turnaround section, and then back down another drop. Near misses, lovely jubbly. Airtime, into a near miss. Airtime, bank turn, round, bank, banking, drop. Airtime, drop. Airtime, turn around, drop. Near miss. Airtime, near miss. Airtime, bank turn. Up we go. Drop, near miss. You see, I'm generally just reading all the elements to show you how much airtime drops, near misses there is in this coaster. It's spectacular. And if you haven't been to Oakwood, you need to go to Oakwood just to ride Megaphobia. I highly suggest it. And that is why Megaphobia is our number one wooden roller coaster here in the UK. Get yourself out to Oakwood, ride Megaphobia. Thank you for watching this, guys. That is our top 5 wooden roller coasters. If you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe, and be sure to come back for more.